What's happening, family? Check it out. I love when I post something in social media and then people run away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like to try to make it seem like I said something I didn't say. Yeah. So then you just make a video. Earlier, yesterday I read a post. That's what you do. You read a post on social media. Then if you got a difference of opinion, you put it on your page. Don't go on somebody else's page and terrorizing and invading them. Just make your own commentary, right? So that's what I did. And I saw someone say, why do women keep saying there are no men for them to get in relationships with? They give examples like prison, homosexuality, interracial relationships, and marriage of why the pickings are non-existent. Do you think there's a shortage of men out there? Now, this was from a young lady who asked this question, and I'm assuming she asked from other women. And she had 40 comments, right? Some people said there was no shortages, and some people said there were shortages, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I wanted to comment, but I kind of get long-winded. So I went back to my page, and I know why people keep saying that, right? So what I did was post it, and I said, single, well-educated, independent black women, stop talking about there's a shortage of good black men out here when you know you lack wife skills to keep and transform and nurture a man. You tell on yourself every time you say that dumb ish. I see right through you. Yeah, I said it. Now, what happened, we're probably at about 35 comments now, is some women clapped, some women said preach, some women said teach, and then some women said, ooh, I detote a negative undertone of anger and hurt. Some people said, ooh, look at the bitterness of what you're saying. Some said, insinuated that I'm attacking women with educations. So I said, let me clear this up one time for all. I'm a prolific writer. You understand? When I write things, I proofread it before I hit the button. And I'm all inclusive. I don't make like little things for you to take apart. And that's what happened. Some people took little things and tried to take it apart to say, oh, because they said, oh, you're attacking well-educated, independent black women. Maybe I choose to be single. No, I'm not talking to you. But I do remember it's always a hit dog that barks. Yeah. Yeah, why are you, if it doesn't apply, it says single, well-educated, independent black women who always hollering, there's a shortage of good black men out here. When you know that you lack the wife skills to keep and transform and nurture a man. It's three pieces all in one. I'm talking to well-educated, independent black women. I'm talking to those well-educated, independent black women who scream and shout that there is a shortage, okay, of good black men because of homosexuality, prisons, interracial relationships, the white man, yada, 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 yada. All of that. And I'm talking to the woman, if she meets these two criteria, who number 3 knows she doesn't have the proper wife skills to keep, nurture, and transform a man. You understand? Because a wife transforms a man, she can nurture a man, and she can keep a man. When I'm saying keep a man, I'm talking about where it ain't always a revolving door. And then you know that she had a revolving door around relationships when she started, I ain't dated nobody seriously in a whole bunch of months, in 2 or 3 years, because I had to get time to myself. You don't have the skills. You don't have the skills. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not putting you down because you don't have the skills, because there's no how to keep, nurture, and transform a man wife school out here. There is not one. There isn't one where everybody can go to for independent, educated women or dumbass women in the block. But we don't hear women on the streets in the block shouting and making videos and documentaries about there's no men out here. You only hear well-educated women saying, well, you know, since I got all this education, man, ain't really nobody on my level. Ain't really nobody on my level right now you know, because of where I'm at, because they all locked up. All the good men is locked up. If he was well educated, he wouldn't be locked up. You see how crazy you sound? And then you buy this, put it into your conscious mind, let it go into your subconscious, and it becomes a reality. So you educated, independent, single ass women who keep saying this, who do possess and rule magic, are the ones who have perpetuated this, that it exists in the first place. It exists in the first place because you keep saying it. But the women who are saying like, yo, there's plenty of good men around, they're in the minority. The women who know how to keep and treat a man, to nurture a man and transform a man, then yeah. And you always say, oh, well, what about my protection? And what about such? You can get all that, but what is it that you're supposed to be doing? You're the incubator. Man plants the seed, woman incubates it. Whatever you give her, she can give it way back. If he's giving you good, then you can transform him into something greater. If he's hurt from whatever else, and you think he can get nurtured by himself, a man can't nurture himself by himself. It don't work. And I ain't talking about keeping him and taking care of all his bills and blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about simple nurturing and caring and touching. And it was mad women in the feed talking about, why should I nurture him? Yes, go look at the feed, Joe. It's why should I nurture him? Why? You know who she was, or who that person was. Now, I'm just clarifying. Women, stop talking like that if you ain't got the skills. And you know you ain't got the skills. Quit talking like that. Quit talking like there ain't nobody out here. If you got the skills, then you got somebody. But stop using excuses and lying to make it seem like you so undateable and you can't find nobody. Do you have wife skills? If you got wife skills, then you getting a man, keeping a man, nurturing a man, transforming a man, men chasing after you. You got options and choices, even if they thirsty. You understand? They'll step their game up and be like, I got to go back to school to get some more education. Or I got to do this. Or you manage money better than me. Here's this right here. But a lot of you all are lying so much about what you really want in a relationship. And then when it shows up, you sit there and flake out and got other excuses. I see you out there. This has just been a public service announcement from Coach Khayr and the School of Transformation. You can move from complaining all the time to having what you want if you're willing to transform. But if you complain all the time like somebody's attacking you, I don't have to attack anyone. I didn't make no blanket statement for all single, well-educated women. Be very clear on that. I said single, well-educated, independent black women who say there are no good black men out here, and you know you ain't got wife skills. That's who I'm talking about. That's a very, very defined niche, even though it's millions of people in that group. Millions. Right. There's some single, educated women out here who've been married, who don't want to get married right now, but they never say there's no good men out here. I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to you. If you never say if you don't ever say that BS, then I'm not talking to you. If you know in your heart that you got wife skills, I ain't talking to you, okay? So don't come at me and jump all on my page if I'm not talking to you, okay? Let's just be very clear on that. All right. Transform yourself. And all ladies, this is for, especially for the young women who hear that BS from older women and start repeating it and saying, this is why I ain't got no man because I ain't putting, you know what I'm saying? When the truth is, the woman you heard it from, she ain't put the work in. She ain't got the technique. She ain't went to get no coaching. And she just basically did not put the work in herself. Stop listening to them. Stop saying that because you are, you're poisoning the waters of the young minds of young women who are looking for an answer. And you telling them that the situation is hopeless. The situation is not hopeless. You can learn the skills and it's not in your church. You better get you a relationship coach or go get somebody who can see what your thing is. People say, oh, well, if you're not in a relationship, then how can you tell me? Because a person who can see what your blind spots are can help you. There's no a person who's in a perfect relationship who can help everybody. Their formula is for them. You need somebody who's got a formula that's across the board, meaning I can see what your blind spots are on so you can fix this. You need some independent help for what your blind spots are to get from where you are through the pain to where you want to go, to where you can get in the loving relationship that you're supposed to be in, if you really want to be in one. Now, if you don't want to be in one, once again, I ain't talking to you. All right? That's it. Appreciate it. Coach out.